For the Marshall Tigers, leading off top of the first inning, right fielder number 6, Brielle Reese.
All right, good evening, softball fans, and welcome to the second game tonight of this section tournament. It's going to be East, the number 1 seed, taking on Marshall, the number 4 seed, who just beat St. Peter by a score of 1-0 in a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning. And so for the Cougars, a familiar face on the mound, Kylan Stengel, catching Destiny Reesner. But batting first now for the Marshall Tigers is Brielle Reese. She leads things off. Fouls one back to even the count up at 1 apiece here. Beautiful night at Caswell Park. It's the second game. Both of these teams had a 5 o'clock game. East winning the first one 18-0 over Worthington. Stengel's pitch clips the inside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Marshall the 4 seed, East the 1 seed. Stengel's pitch is high, 3 balls and a strike. East had a little bit more of a break than Marshall had, as East was victorious in 4 innings. Marshall, it took them 9 to get by St. Peter. Reese is going to foul it off, and the count now is full. Quite a few games from around the section going on here, the second round. Full count to the leadoff batter for the Marshall Tigers. And that's going to be high and outside, so Reese draws the leadoff walk for the Tigers. And the Tigers will have a runner on 1 with nobody out.
First baseman number 12, Morgan Biella.
So batting second for the Tigers is the first baseman, Morgan Biella. Lefty steps into the box and chops one foul on the first pitch. So Stengel gets ahead 0-1. Leadoff runner reached on a walk. So 1 runner on, nobody out. It's the top of the first inning. And Stengel hits the top of the zone for strike 2. 0-2 now the count to the Marshall first baseman. Stengel gets the sign. And a 3-pitch strikeout for the first out. And the Cougars will have 1 down. A nice bounce back by Stengel after walking the leadoff hitter, comes back with the strikeout.
Left fielder number 10, Lauren Weary.
So now the number 3 hitter is going to be up, Lauren Weary. 1 down, runner still at 1. And she clips low and outside, but it hits the zone, strike 1. Good job of getting ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike, 1 out, runner on 1, top of the first, no score. And she hits the outside corner again for strike 2. So impressive, hitting those outside corners, just a tough pitch to hit. Stengel shakes off the first sign, 0-2 the count. And Weary goes, swings at strike 3, might have been out of the zone, but Stengel and the Cougars will take it, and that's 2 down. 2 strikeouts for Stengel.
Third baseman number 22, Hannah Jo Casavan.
And now the cleanup hitter for the Tigers, Kasovic, steps into the plate. And Stengel gets ahead of her with a swinging strike. No balls and 1 strike, 2 down. It was a leadoff walk, but since then Stengel has come back with back-to-back strikeouts. And a swinging strike on a pitch that was low in the zone. 2 strikes now. Just a beautiful night for some ball. Just outside. A good waist. A good hold by the Tiger hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Top of the first, no score. And looking strike 3, and just like that, Cougars. Kylan Stengel, 3 strikeouts in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Tigers. They did get the leadoff walk, but Kylan Stengel comes back with 3 straight strikeouts, and the Cougars will be coming to bat here in the bottom of the first in this scoreless game. We'll be right back. So here come the Cougars now batting in the bottom of the first in a scoreless game. A familiar leadoff hitter, Sydney Jacobs, the future Bethany Viking, will lead things off. Marshall defense playing her in a slap defense with the first baseman in a little bit. And a good strong cut by Sydney Jacobs. Hausman, the pitcher for Marshall. He bunts one, but it's too high in the air, and the third baseman will catch it. So the bunt pop-out of Jacobs.
Pitcher number 7, Kylan Stengel.
With her speed, though, she gets that down, she's got a chance. That's what makes her so dangerous. And now Kylan Stengel to bat. Through much of the season, she's been the number 3 hitter, but they move her to second. Probably because she's been intentionally walked so many times. And then Stevemer, who's going to hit behind her, has been hot too. Stengel had a home run last game in their 18-0 win over Worthington. Something that I will remember back in the West game, she was intentionally walked 3 times, twice with the bases empty. Shows just how dangerous of a hitter she is and the respect that she has throughout the league too. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kylan Stengel, the pitcher. She's going to pop this one up and out of play. And the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stengel does it all, pitches and hits. That one she fights off, goes off the end of her bat. So the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 down. We're in the bottom of the first, no score in this second section game of the evening. And Stengel, aggressive. I like that she's swinging, but it's a little too high, so she'll go down on strikes. 2 down. And that'll bring up Peyton Stevemer, the shortstop for the Cougars. She'll be going to Gustavus next year to play basketball. I mention that every time because I just think it's impressive how many of these athletes for West and East going on to play college ball, basketball, softball, you name it. And that's why they're the top 2 seeds here tonight. So Stevemer moving to that 3 spot. She takes ball 1. And ball 2 with 2 down, nobody on. Stevemer's been on fire as of late. She had that late home run in the West game to extend their lead to 4-2. Fans didn't like the call, neither did Peyton, but it's a strike, 2 balls, and 1 strike. I think she thought it was a little bit inside and high. Takes a good cut, but the count's going to be 2-2. She steps out. Probably to take a breath and regroup. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gets a piece of that one to stay alive. Nobody on. Cougars again won their first game tonight, 18-0 in 4 innings. Cougars the 1 seed. Little too high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count now full to the Cougar shortstop. And she swings and misses. So the Cougars go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. We have no score and no hits for either team. The only base runner's been a walk for Marshall, but she was stranded at first. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and we're going to head to the second inning, scoreless, here in the second section game of tonight. And if you want to listen to this game or watch any of the highlights, you can head to the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. You can catch out the highlights and look at this or any other game for West or East baseball or softball. If you want to go back and watch it, 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. And if you want to read some player profiles, some get-to-know-you stories, go to the 24/7 Ball Sports media page under the member minutes. You can head to the get-to-know-you section, and you can learn about some of these players, some of their likes, some of their favorite athletes, favorite classes, some of their favorite memories. And one of those articles, one of those players you can read about is the pitcher for the Cougars, Kylan Stengel. She's got goals of going Division I, and why not? She's a hard thrower, and she can hit. I don't know if it's related, but in the stands tonight was the Minnesota Gophers pitching coach. But Stengel and the Cougars are here in the top of the second, and Stengel gets ahead with strike 1. Reagan Lund is hitting for the Tigers. We'll have hitters 5, 6, and 7 up here in the second. Lund fouls one off, so Stengel quickly gets ahead, 0-2. Shaping out to be a good pitcher's duel so far. Stengel had 3 strikeouts in the first inning. He's going to foul that one off to stay alive. Hitters 5, 6, 7 for the Tigers. The Tigers come in as the number 4 seed. They won a thriller in the bottom of the 9th inning over St. Peter 1-0 to advance to this winner's bracket game. Stengel with kind of the waste pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And she hits the inside corner, looking strike 3. That's now 4 outs, 4 strikeouts for Stengel and the Cougars. Flip the inside corner, kind of a nasty pitch there. Not much you can do about that. So now it's going to be the number 6 hitter for the Tigers, number 21. Bengard. Tall righty. Takes inside. Stengel doing a good job hitting the inside corner, and with her speed, that just is going to be a tough pitch all night. That ball's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Good block by Reisner, the catcher, but nobody's on base. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Top of the second, no score. Now Stengel goes outside, gets a big swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tigers haven't been able to touch Kylan tonight. 4 strikeouts, 4 outs. Ground ball. Stengel fields her position cleanly. The first out, that wasn't a strikeout for Stengel and the Cougars, so that's 2 down.
Playing second base, number 5, Jada Benner.
So it's going to be Bengard, the hitter for Marshall. She bats 7th in their lineup. Stengel delivers high for ball 1. There's going to be a ground ball fielded cleanly by Wendinger. Makes a nice play over to 1. And the Cougars have a 1-2-3 second inning. They're going to come up to bat here in the bottom of the second with no score. For those keeping track of the strikeouts for Kylan Stengel, she's got 4 through 2 innings already. A nice 1-2-3 inning. We'll be back in just a moment as the Cougars will come up to bat in the bottom of the second. No score in this second section game here against the Marshall Tigers. You're listening to the 24/7 Ball Sports Media. So for the Cougars here in the bottom of the second, it'll be hitters 4, 5, and 6, Hacker, Wendinger, and Petzel. Hacker takes high for ball 1. She's been on fire as of late, and that's why Coach Madsen moved her up to the number 4 spot. Falls 1 straight back, even the count up at 1-1. We're at no score in the bottom of the second, East and Marshall. West is leading New Prague 4-0 in the field right next to us. The winners will play each other on Saturday at noon right back here at Caswell. So I think everyone in Mankato hoping for another East-West matchup. They're the 1 and 2 seeds here for this section tournament. And Hacker takes a good hack at it but misses, so she'll strike out. And that'll be 1 down, which will bring up Carly Wendinger, the second baseman for the Cougars. She had that nice play. The ground ball hit to her where she had to move towards second up the middle. Got the play. She takes a good cut. It's going to be above the... That was a weird play. Made a weird sound off the bat, but she'll take it. She's safe. The infield hit popped over the pitcher's head, so she couldn't get it. Then the shortstop had to play it on a weird bounce. But by the time she picked it up and threw it, Wendinger was there. Not sure what the official scoreboard will be, but I think it's a hit. Because even if that shortstop fields it cleanly, I think Wendinger's there. But I'm not the official scorer, so we'll wait and see. So now it's Haley Paetzel batting for the Cougars, who have their first runner on base. Wendinger's on 1. There's 1 down, and Paetzel is batting. She fouls it back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. She's getting the sign from Coach Madsen. Let's see if we use some speed or just high. Paetzel does a good job laying off that. That's been a tough pitch. Hausman, the pitcher for Marshall, has used her rise ball quite a bit, and the Cougar hitters have been swinging at it for the most part, because she has 3 strikeouts. Wendinger goes, but the pitch is fouled off. Maybe a little hit and run. But it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wendinger's at 1. There's 1 down. No score, bottom of 2. Two inside. Close pitch. Marshall fans maybe thought that was a strike. But the count is now full. Full count. 1 down. Runner on 1. No score. And it's ball 4. Catcher throws it down, but it's a walk, so it doesn't matter. So the Cougars now with the threat going. They've got runners on first and second with 1 down. And it's going to bring up Jada Swalb, the third baseman for the Cougars. See what Coach Madsen has in store here.
Base number 5, Jada Swall.
First and second, one down. Hausman, the pitcher for Marshall, pitching it high for ball one. Good discipline by the Cougar hitters this inning. Stay off of those rise balls. Swalv is the number 7 hitter. She shows bunt. The runners go. The ball's going to get by. East is going to score. Some running, some speed. Carly Wendinger goes from second to third. The ball gets by. She goes home and scores. East is up 1-0. Making a little magic happen. East 1, Marshall 0, bottom of 2. Double steal. And so now Paetzel's at third with one down. Oh, a nice catch by the third baseman. That's going to be a double play. It looked like a little squeeze play there, but a great play by the Marshall third baseman. Catches the pop-up bunt, and then Paetzel was scoring on the squeeze play. And so she gets out. So a double play, but the Cougars do strike. They take the 1-0 lead. We're going to head to the top of the third. We'll see what the... Okay, so the official scores do not call it a hit. So an unearned run for the Cougars. I thought maybe it would be a hit, but they're the official scorers. So they score that one run on no hits, but I don't think East will care how they get their run as long as they take the lead here. As they do, and so we're going to head to the top of the third with East leading 1-0. We'll be back. All right, so we're back in the top of the third. East leading 1-0. Trying to double steal. Carly Wendinger goes from second to home after stealing third and then taking home. So it'll be hitters 8-9-1 for the Tigers. Olsen the batter. And she fouls one off. Stengel gets ahead. 0-1. Cougars working a little magic, a little small ball. Take advantage of the 1-0 lead. Just a little high and outside. Olsen thought about it, but held up. A good take. 1-1 the count. Leadoff hitter for the Tigers here in the third. Stengel tries to go high again. Olsen lays off again. 2 balls and 1 strike. Neither team with a hit. The official score said Wendinger's was not a hit, but she got on base and scored, so good things happen when you put the ball in play. Ground ball to third. Swalv fires over. To Paetzel at first, and 1 down. Good first out for the Cougar defense. Playing for the first time with the lead.
Pitcher number 18, Olivia Huffman.
So now the number 9 hitter, it's the pitcher, Olivia Hausman, with 1 down for the Cougars. Foul ball, kind of a half swing. But Stengel and the Cougars will take it. Strike 1. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers. She's been doing a fine job too. Yes, it's only the third, but this Cougar offense so dangerous that you got to be pretty happy with only allowing 1 run so far. Now trying to help her own cause by getting on base and hoping her teammates can hit her in. She's going to ground one. It's a chopper. Going to be a tough play for Wendinger. But she makes it. Just in time, a good strong throw. Didn't know if that bounce would be enough. But a good strong throw. She played it just right, and just like that, there's 2 down for the Cougar defense. We're going to be back to the top of the order now. Brielle Reese. Now she's been the only base runner for the Tigers so far this game. She led off the game with a walk. The good at bat after a full count. But she led off with that walk and stayed there at first, didn't advance. We'll see what she does against Stengel and the Cougars the second time around. Ground ball. Oh, what a play by Stevemer. Great stop by Stevemer in the 5-6 hole. Fields it, but the throw, she threw it just a little bit too low to Patel over at 1. Wasn't able to dig it up. But a great stop. So Reese is on for the second time tonight against the Cougars. So that's going to bring up the first baseman, Morgan Biella. She struck out her first time up. She goes. I guess it probably doesn't matter. It would have been a strike anyways. So Stengel gets ahead of her. 0-1. Reese is on first, but there's 2 down. Great stop by Stevemer. Oh, great change-up by Stengel. That definitely fooled all the hitters there. 0-2 now the count. Biella, the first baseman, batting. Fouls that one off. Looked like the runner may be going at 1 with 2 down. East leading 1-0, top of the third. 2 down, runner at 1. No balls and 2 strikes is the count. And it's going to be a pop-up. It's going to be close. Tough play. Catcher to make, wearing a mask and having to get up. But nothing hurt. No balls, 2 strikes. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at 1. East leading 1-0, top of the third. Stengel gets the sign from Reisner. Beautiful pitch, outside corner, gets her looking for the second time. And again, no score. The official scores did give her a hit, so that was the first hit of the game. But she stays at first base again, and it's going to be East 1, Marshall 0. We're going to head to the bottom of the third inning. Right here, the section softball game here. Easy for me to say. Say that 5 times fast. Section softball. And second game of the night. So here we go. So here come the Cougars in the bottom of the third, leading 1-0. It's going to be hitters 8, 9, and 1. Reisner, Beatty, and Jacobs. Reisner takes inside, ball 1. And again, this Cougar lineup just so powerful all the way through 1 through 9. First game I broadcast, Reisner had the big hit against West. Leadoff double in a scoreless game in the bottom of the 7th. So you don't see that from a lot of number 8 hitters in a lineup, but for this Cougar one, you definitely do. And she's obviously done a nice job catching for Kylan Stengel, the hard-throwing right-hander. You know, in softball, there's a lot of focus on the pitchers, and rightly so, but the catchers, they deserve some credit too. And Reisner does a nice job. 2 balls and 1 strike. as she leads things off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the third. Cougars took the 1-0 lead in the second. Off of Wendinger reaching on an error. Pageland followed with a walk. Then they stole second and third. And Wendinger came home to score on a ball that was thrown by the third baseman on the steal. Good cut. But it's going to make the count full at 3-2. Good pitch to swing at. Reasoner leading things off for the Cougars in the third in this one-run game. The winner advances to the game on Saturday at noon in the winner's bracket. And Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, comes back and gets the strikeout. She's been very effective.
Right fielder, number 3, Maddie Beatty.
So now it's going to be the number 9 hitter for the Cougars, Maddie Beatty. And like I mentioned with Reasoner, the number 8 hitter has been effective. So has Beatty, the number 9 hitter. Uses her speed to get on, come up big. She takes low for ball 1. So there's 1 out and nobody on base. Cougars lead 1-0. She takes a good cut but fouls it straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. Marshall with 1 hit, East with none, but they were able to take advantage of an error and a walk to score their run. And yes, it's early. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Beatty, the right fielder for the Cougars. She takes a good eye, lays off the high one. 3 balls and a strike. Yeah, Beatty's just done a good job getting on base. Kind of I think you'd describe her as a scrappy player. Gets on, finds ways to get on. Swings at the changeup. That was a really good changeup by Hausman, the Tiger pitcher. So the count now full again. Cougar hitter's doing a good job of making Hausman work for her outs. She comes back with the high change this time, and Beatty will go down for the second strikeout this inning. So both pitchers now with 5 strikeouts. And we're only in the third inning. But now the Cougars are back to the top of their order, and Sydney Jacobs, her first time up, she popped up a bunt. The Tigers' third baseman is having a good game. She had a couple of nice plays on a bunt, a double play to stop the Cougar threat, or from limiting the damage, I guess, to only 1 run. Jacobs doing a nice job taking the first 2 as balls. 2 balls and no strikes. There's 2 down and nobody on base. We're in the bottom of the third already. Cougars lead 1-0. She takes high for ball 3. Good discipline by Jacobs. 3 balls and no strikes. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk, so the speedy Jacobs is on base for the Cougars. And that'll bring up the dangerous Kylan Stengel. A chance to continue the inning for the Cougars. Looking for a little 2-out rally. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, has 5 strikeouts already. Stengel half swings, checks it, pops it up. And the second baseman is going to catch that. So no damage done by the Cougars. They did get a walk. So no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Jacobs drew the walk. So we're going to head to the 4th inning with East leading 1-0 against Marshall. You're listening to the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. And we'll be back in just a moment. So we're back now in the top of the 4th inning with East leading 1-0. For the Marshall Tigers, it's going to be hitters 3, 4, and 5. Lauren Weary is the leadoff hitter. And a nice defensive play by Kylan Stangl. It's a chopper. She fielded it in her glove, bobbled it, stayed composed, and got the out. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Cougars. So now it's going to be the Tigers' number 4 hitter, the third baseman, Kasovic, who's had a great defensive game, a double play, catching a pop-up that was going to be a squeeze and then knowing to get the second out. And she also had a nice catch on a Jacobs bunt, too. She bats cleanup for the Tigers. Her first time up, she struck out. And Stangl does a nice job getting ahead again. No balls and 1 strike. That ball's high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stangl has such a good rise ball, too, and with her speed, it's a tough pitch to lay off of. And that's a base hit through the 5-6 hole. A nice hard hit ball. And Marshall has their second hit of the game. So Marshall now will have a runner on 1 with 1 down. And it's going to be their center fielder, Reagan Lund, hitting. Number 5 hitter in their lineup. Stangl gets ahead of her with a nice pitch down and in the zone. No balls and 1 strike. Runner on 1, 1 down. Top of the 4th, East leading 1-0. Nasty pitch by Stangl, gets the swinging strike on a ball down and in the dirt. And the Cougars will take it. No balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball back to Stangl. Throws it to second for 1. Over to first, double play. What a play by the Cougar defense. Stangl fields the ground ball, throws it to Stevenmer covering second, who relays it back to first in time, double play. And just like that, the threat is over. 1 hit, but it doesn't matter for the Tigers. Cougars are going to head to the bottom of the 4th, leading 1-0.
The bottom of the 4th inning. Shortstop number 4, Peyton Stevenmer.
So here we go, bottom of the 4th inning. Cougars leading 1-0. It's going to be Stevenmer, Hacker, and Wendinger to bat for the Cougars. Stevenmer, who just had that nice turn for the double play, fired it over in time for 1. It was a close play, but a double play. Pitcher's best friend looked really sharp. So Stevenmer batting 3rd in the lineup now, giving Stangl a little more protection because she's been on fire. Stangl and Stevenmer. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, has done a nice job. 5 strikeouts already. We're in the 4th inning. Just missing up the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Be Stevenmer, Hacker, and Wendinger. And the Cougars hoping for more. Good cut. She's going to foul it back. Cougar hitters doing a great job getting their cuts in. They're swinging hard. They're swinging at good pitches. But it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Cougar shortstop. The future Gusty to play basketball. That pitch a little bit too high. But no damage. There's nobody on base. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stephenmer leading things off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 East leading. Their lone run came in the second inning of a stolen base and an error. But Stephenmer will go down swinging, and that's Hausman's 6th strikeout of the game.
Left fielder number 1, Emily Hacker.
So now the Cougars cleanup hitter, the left fielder Emily Hacker, will get a chance. Nobody on and one down. Hausman trying to go inside, but just misses. So it's 1 ball. Nice job by Hausman to come back. Getting down in the count, she came back and fired to get the strikeout of Stephenmer with the full count. Good at bat. Hacker pops it up. First baseman calls for it and makes the catch. So 2 down. And it's going to bring up Wendinger. She got things going and scored the only run for the Cougars so far. She led off the second, reached on an error, moved to second on a walk by Paetzel, then stole third and came home on the error. And that right now is the difference in this game, the only run of this game. And we're in the bottom of the fourth. In the fourth inning over on the other game, West is leading New Prague 6-0. Hausman goes inside. This time she gets the inside corner. Wendinger is down 0-2 in the count. 2 down. Bottom of 4. Hausman goes high, and Wendinger can't lay off. A nasty pitch, that rise ball. Hausman's been doing a good job again. That's her 7th strikeout. And we're through 4. East is leading 1-0.
Fourth inning for Mankato East. No runs, no hits. No Marshallers.
Again, if you want to take a look at any of these highlights from any of the games for East or West softball or baseball, you can find them on the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. We're also broadcasting this game live on Facebook if you want to share it. The plan is to do the same on Saturday for the noon game, with Mankato softball fans hoping it's a matchup of East and West. If both of the teams win their game, which they are both currently leading right now, East leading 1-0, West leading 6-0, it would be a matchup of the two teams again. That game would be at noon on Saturday, right back here at Caswell Park. If not, it would be a double elimination tournament, so there's still a chance if either team does not come out ahead. But we're in the 5th now already. This game is flying by. The pitcher's duel.
Shortstop number 21, Brandy Bedard.
So it's going to be Brandy Bedard, the hitter for the Tigers, will lead things off. Hitter 6, 7, and 8 for the Tigers. They have a couple of hits, but nothing to show for it because Stangl has been able to shut them down. She hits the outside corner, gets ahead. No balls and 1 strike. We're in the 5th inning already. Cougars lead 1-0. Stangel's allowed 2 hits so far. And I believe the Cougars don't have a hit, but they have a run, according to the official score. Not too often you see that, but I'm sure we've all seen, or at least heard of, weirder things happening in softball. If you ask anybody at this time when it's playoffs, you don't really care how you score the runs, just that you score them. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stangl and the Cougars leading 1-0. We're in the 5th inning. A foul ball, kind of on a check swing. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Marshall Tigers. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cougars leading 1-0. Just a bit outside. The Cougar fans wanted that call to strike. Nevertheless, the count will stay at 2-2. Leadoff hitter for the Tigers in the 5th. She's going to foul that one off. Stay alive. Good battle going. It's the second game of the night for both teams. East won their first game 18-0 over Worthington in 4 innings. Marshall had a little bit of a tougher time. They took 9 innings to beat St. Peter 1-0. Walked off on an error in the bottom of the 9th. The pop-up could be... Nope. Not trouble. It was right there to Beatty for the second out. First out. We're only on 1 out. So 1 down for the Cougars in the 5th. A pop-up.
Number 5, Jada Bender.
So a hard hit ball, tough bounce. But Bernard will be on for the Tigers. So they'll have a runner on 1 with 1 down. And it's going to be the catcher now batting for the Tigers, Mackenzie Olson. She's the number 8 hitter in the lineup. And Stengel fires back for strike 1. You know, for both teams, they're putting the ball in play, or when they do, good things happen. You know, you go for a while without fielding one, you take a tough bounce. Hard to play it sometimes, we don't know where the bounce is going to go. But Stengel quickly gets ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. And Stengel gets another strikeout. That's 6 for the righty. A big out, and that's 2 down now. So 2 down now. Runner still at 1. And it's going to be the pitcher batting, Olivia Hausman. She's been literally unhittable for this game. Cougars without a hit, but they have the run. I'll take it. Tigers have 2 hits in this game. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Stengel with 6 strikeouts on the night. Kept the Tigers hitters from scoring so far. We're in the 5th already. Just outside, 2 balls and a strike, 2 down. 5th inning, and the Cougars are leading 1-0. Long night, already winning the first game, both teams. On their second game of the night, it's going to be a pop-up. Wendinger's there, and no damage is done. An error to get a runner on. But no harm, no foul. The Cougars are going to lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So 1 runner left on base. We're going to head to the 5th. Cougars are still leading 1-0. They scored that run in the 2nd, an unearned run. It was an error. Wendinger reached, put the ball in play. Then she moved to 2nd on a walk by Paetzel. They stole. Wendinger stole 3rd, but then the ball got away, and she was able to come around to score, and that's the only run that's been scored. So the story of this game is the pitcher's duel. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, with 7 strikeouts. Stengel, the pitcher for the Cougars, with 6. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 5th, Cougars lead 1-0. Paetzel's going to lead things off. It'll be hitters 6, 7, and 8 for the Cougars. Paetzel quickly gets down 0-2 after a good cut. Hausman tries to go high, but it's too high. A 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Cougar first baseman. She had that big walk in the second. She's going to pop one up. It goes pretty deep, actually. And the center fielder can't handle it. Pates is going to try for 3. And she's going to be out there. And a good throw, so looked like it was just an easy pop fly, but then it kept sailing and sailing, and the center fielder couldn't track it down. Pates was running, got a little too aggressive trying to go to third. So she's going to be thrown out at third, so that's 1 down. Good hard hit ball. They kept traveling deep to the outfield. But the Tigers will take the out. And the Cougars now, it's going to be Jada Swalt, the third baseman hitting. Number 7 hitter in the lineup. Good heads-up play by the Tigers defense. After the center fielder, it looked like she might have caught it, but then she didn't. Quickly relays it in, and a heads-up throw by the Tiger shortstop to throw Patel out at third. Swalv wanted the high one. So there's 1 down, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The Cougars are leading 1-0. Swalv fouls it up and out of play. It's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cougars still searching for that first hit. One of those games where you can be leading without a hit. Good eye by Swalv to lay off the high one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on. And that's going to be strikeout number 8 for Hausman. And the Tigers, she gets Swalv looking. Nice pitch that just flipped the bottom of the zone. Hausman has been on fire for the Tigers. She just can't get her offense to get her any help because both pitchers, her and Stengel, have just been literally unhittable tonight. So 2 down, and that's going to bring up Destiny Reesner, the catcher for the Cougars. 2 down, nobody on. Reesner takes strike 1. It's the bottom of the 5th. Hausman delivers high. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Two down, bottom of 5. The Cougars are leading. She holds a good take by Reesner. That's been Hausman's go-to pitch tonight, that high rise ball. It's been hard for the Cougar hitters to lay off of it, and I can see why. It's a tempting pitch. Just misses the zone. Reesner's going to pop one up. Looks like it might be going out of play. And the Tigers, their defense has been outstanding. The foul ball catch. Tiger fans are pumped for that one, and rightly so. Strong defense by the Tigers. But they have some work to do. East is leading 1-0, and we're through 5 already. We'll be right back. You're listening to the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. If you want to go back and look at any of these highlights or plays, head to that YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can continue listening live on Facebook right now. If you want to check out some articles on some of the players for West or East, baseball or softball, head to 24/7 Ball Sports, the media page. Look under the section for member minutes, and then there's a section called Get to Know You. We kind of do some fun interviews with a lot of these players. You get to know their future plans, their goals for the season. A lot of them on this Cougar team saying they want to go to state, and rightly so, ranked number 1. Here we are in the section tournament. They did their job the first game. It's an 8-team tournament. Cougars are the number 1 seed. So they beat the number 8 seed Worthington 18-0 in 4 innings. And now they play the Marshall Tigers in this game. They're leading them, the number 4 seed, 1-0. And we're in the 6th inning already. Brielle Reese will lead things off. She's the leadoff hitter for the Tigers, and she's been on base twice this game already. She led off the game with a walk and then reached on an error. Stengel delivers, misses just outside. This game has been a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers, 7 and 8 strikeouts. Cougars still looking for a hit, but they have the lead. Crazy as that, the Tigers, I believe, have just 2 hits. But Reese now, she's been on twice, so a tough out for the Tigers. She's going to pop one up. Could be trouble. Oh, what a catch by Beatty. Over the shoulder catch. That ball, too, just kept drifting and drifting. What a catch. It's a big out. The first time they've been able to get Reese out this game. Huge out for the Cougar defense. A beautiful catch by Beatty. And the Cougars have 1 down in the 6th. Morgan Biella is going to hit now, the lefty. She's the number 2 hitter in the Tiger lineup. She swings at 1 down and low. And Kylan Stengel, the pitcher for East, she's been unhittable too. 2 hits, no runs. 6 or 7 strikeouts. So no balls and 2 strikes. 1 down. We're in the top of the 6th. The Cougars are leading 1-0. And Stengel gets another strikeout. Not even close. All right, so that is 7 strikeouts for Stengel. There's 2 down, and we're in the 6th. Had to confirm with the stats guy, her dad. Wanted to make sure. 2 down. Count is 1-1 to the Tigers' number 3 hitter, Lauren Weary. Ground ball. Deep to short. What a play. Stevemer has had such a strong arm. Huge defense. Cougars coming up big on that one. Stevemer with a strong throw. Fielded the ball deep in the 5-6 hole. Fired over to 1 to get the out. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th with the Cougars leading 1-0. You're listening to the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. All right, we're in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be hitters 9, 1, and 2 for the Cougars. There's a bunt to third. It's going to be a tough play. And she's going to beat that out. I don't know. I'm thinking it's the Cougars' first hit. They might give her an error because she had the throw was off, but I don't know. I'm calling that a hit. I'm giving the Cougars their first hit. Maybe I'm a softie, but because I think she would have been safe even if the throw was on the money. But we'll see the bunt now. Hausman fields her position as the pitcher. And a sacrifice bunt, Sydney Jacobs. Nice job by her, the future Viking. So now Beatty will be at second. Kylan Stengel, the hitter. You know, in that West game, she was intentionally walked 3 times. Maybe Marshall doesn't know about her yet. Or they have confidence in their pitcher. Hausman has 8 strikeouts already. And maybe has given up a hit. We'll see what the official scorer says. If Beatty was the first hit for the Cougars. Stengel's going to pop it up. It looks like it's going to go out of play. And she'll have new life. So 1-1 the count, 1 down. Beatty's at second. Stengel's up to bat. Been lights out as the pitcher, 7 strikeouts. With a chance here to add to the Cougar lead in the bottom of the 6th. She falls it off the end of her bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, has given up 1 hit, maybe. We'll see what the official scorer says. I think it was a hit, but it could be close if it was an error or not. There, that might be a no-doubter. Hey, there's no doubt that was a hit. 2-run home run, Kylan Stengel. Cougars lead 3-0. No doubter. Could tell that one the way that left her bat. She's pumped. The Cougars are pumped. 2-run home run, Kylan Stengel. Cougars lead 3-0, bottom of 6. Whew, little breathing room for the Cougars now. She smoked that one.
Shortstop number 4, Peyton Stevenberg.
She delivers big, so 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th. So interesting, you know, West walked her 3 times, and now you're seeing why they did that. Marshall may be wishing they would have intentionally walked Stengel. But the Cougars aren't done. Peyton Stevenberg now, another strong hitter, but she gets hit by a pitch. And so the Cougars keep the inning alive. They keep the rally going. So now Stevenberg's going to be at 1. There's 1 down. And Emily Hacker is going to be up to bat. Still just 1 down. She's going to pop this one up. Went fairly deep. When I say pop up, you know, normally I think in the infield, but that made it to the outfield. Fly ball out. And so that's 2 down. And Carly Wendinger is going to hit. She scored the first run back in the 2nd inning to give the Cougars the 1-0 lead. She reached on an error, moved to second on a walk by Paetzel, stole third. And Stevenberg with the stand-up steal, so she's now in scoring position. Cougars with a chance to add to their lead. Kylan Stengel, the 2-run home run. Expanded the Cougars' lead in the bottom of the 6th. They were leading 1-0. And the Cougars had not had a hit until this inning. Oh, and a good try by the Marshall catcher. And the pop-up had a tough time finding it, had it in her glove. But Wendinger will take the new chance, the new life. There's 2 down. Peyton Stevenberg's at second. She got hit by a pitch and then stole second base. There's 2 down. Cougars lead 3-0. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, had a no-hitter going until this 6th inning. She has 8 strikeouts. But her team is down 3-0 to the Cougars. And Kylan Stengel, who has 7 strikeouts, and the 2-run home run. So both pitchers stealing the show here. Is Wendinger strikeouts, but the Cougars are 3 outs away from advancing in the section tournament. They added their lead after a 2-run home run by Kylan Stengel. And they do give Maddie Beatty a hit. So the Cougars have 2 hits. The Tigers have 2 hits. But the Cougars have 3 runs to show for it. And they're 3 outs away from advancing to Saturday's game. In the winner's bracket, they'll be at noon. And if the score holds up, they will be playing West, who's currently leading New Prague in the 5th inning. But Stengel looking for the shutout. She should be pumped. She got the 2-run home run. Smoked it deep to left. You know, we should say Maddie Beatty, the number 9 hitter, was on base for that, making it a 2-run home run. She got on the first hit of the game. A bunt single. Then she moved to second on a sacrifice bunt by Sydney Jacobs. The Tigers elected not to walk Stengel, and she drilled the 2-run bomb to give the Cougars the 3-0 lead, and that's where we are right now. Cougars 3 outs away. It's the number 4 hitter, Kvasnik, leading off. First pitch. She swings, but it's a fly ball deep to Beatty. And right, she catches it, 1 down. Cougars 2 outs away from winning this game.
Center fielder number 4, Reagan Bach.
It'll be Reagan Bach now hitting. She's the number 5 hitter in the Tiger lineup. Again, both teams with only 2 hits. But when one of those hits is a 2-run home run, that'll help do it. Cougars took the 1-0 lead in the second. Carly Wendinger reached on an error, moved over to second on the bunt, stole third base, came home on the error. On the overthrow, that gave the Cougars a 1-0 lead until the bottom of the 6th, when Maddie Beatty had a hit, moved to second on a sacrifice bunt by Sid Jacobs. Then Kylan Stengel followed with the 2-run home run. No doubter deep to left. And that's how the Cougars scored their 3 runs. The Tigers have only had 2 hits, a walk, and 1 reaching on an error. But they weren't able to string any of those together, so they don't have any runs. Stengel has been lights out on pitching, 7 strikeouts, go along with her 2-run home run. Hausman, the pitcher for the Tigers, 8 strikeouts, and had the no-hitter going up until the 6th inning. And there's strikeout number 8 for Kylan Stengel and the Cougars, who are now 1 out away from advancing in this game. So it's going to be up to Blengard, the number 6 hitter for the Tigers. 2 down. Cougars 1 out away. 8 strikeouts for Stengel, 8 strikeouts for Hausman. Just missing on that pitch. Good take. 2 hits apiece. They're pretty evenly matched, but the Cougars made their hits count, strung them together, took advantage of an error. That pitch hits the outside corner, evens the count up at 1-1. Cougar defense has been sharp. Peyton Stevenmer over at short, making a couple of sharp plays. There's going to be a ground ball, fielded cleanly by Swalve, over to Paetzel at first. And the Cougars, with 2 wins tonight, they beat the Tigers 3-0 and will advance to Saturday's game at 12 o'clock right back here at Castle. We're hoping to broadcast that and do the play-by-play for you, is the plan anyways. If not, you can watch the game on the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. We'll be in the winners bracket finals. And if West holds on to win, East will be playing West. It'll be a 1 versus 2 matchup. And the third time those teams will see each other. I guess the softball fans in Mankato hoping for that matchup. But for now, if you want to go back and look at any of the highlights from this game, head to the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel. You can find that game or any others. And we'll see you on Saturday.